Greetings, y'all. It's the world's favorite homeless dad, the notorious dad, Caleb Leverett. Yes, I'm Parker's daddy, Blaine's daddy, and Lynn's daddy, and Hayden's daddy. And I'm getting old, but I'm getting in shape. I'm getting my mind right. Semi-voluntarily, semi-involuntarily homeless at the time. Like my bedhead, it started raining about an hour ago. And I had to rush all the way up there to my little tent. Got a little bit of mud in there, but it's all right. Just out here enjoying this cool breeze. It's gotten as high as 77 degrees. Before we get started, I've noticed I've got a lot of people tuning in from England all of a sudden. So tell me where in the world you are watching this from, and tell me the minimum, maximum, min max temperature where you're at. I'm curious. Hello, purple. Because at the moment it's I'm going to say about 62 since it rained. Almost chilly. I've been doing a few laps, so I'm not cold. I'm not in my jacket, but it got as high as 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Man, I got some severe bedhead. It got as high as 77, and then I went to town to get me a rotisserie chicken, and it was about 86 in town, about 10 miles away, about 3,000 feet lower. Get up here to 73, 7,400 feet, and it cooled off, and some clouds came in. It got down to about 72, 69 maybe. Then the rain came, and it went. So tell me, where in the world are y'all at? Tori's in Des Moines, Iowa, and it's 86 degrees. That's probably not too bad if it's not humid. Hello, Dorian Mabry. I'm doing well. Hello, Miss Dannon. How are you? If y'all get out of line and ask me a question like how my cheerin's doing or what the relationship with their mother is, Dannon's gonna just zap you. So I'm not trying to be rude, but I get asked that a bazillion times. I'm not gonna talk about it anymore. It is 87 here in West Florida. Hello, Alicia. 87 is not too bad unless it's Florida and you have 5,000% humidity. Blaney Boo's still down there in Okeechobee. Well, he's in Miami at the moment, but I know he's burning up. And Dannon says it's 93 in Shreveport, Louisiana. And that's just about as miserable if humidity down there. Well, today's sponsor is some kind of Hoka men's footwear that I've never used, I've never seen, I've never even heard of. But YouTube thinks that my channel is worthy of advertising, and so I decided to pick a woman's footwear to put on there. And not a whole lot going on today. I didn't go to sleep till about midnight because I stayed up late, watched a little bit of House, and then I talked to Hayden for an hour. And he reminded me that The Boys season 4 came out. So I watched the first episode and I was kind of disappointed. And I love The Boys. Seasons 1 through 3 are amazing. But I was kind of disappointed in this one. Poor Starlight. I don't know that girl's name in real life, but man, she made the news here about 6 months ago. She got some serious face work done. And it doesn't even look like her anymore when she talks. She sounds like she's talking like this with her nose like this. It sounds so bizarre. I'm like, ugh, it's so cringe. Like, why would you do that to yourself? I mean, to each their own, but golly, I imagine her career might be over before it even began because she's young. I don't think she's 30 years old. So anyway, we got Father's Day coming up, and that was kind of the inspiration. I don't ever know what cover or thumbnail pics to pick, so I just started picking either a picture of where I'm at now, which I need to show y'all, or I pick some random meme coin, or not meme coin, meme that makes me laugh. And with Father's Day coming up and the prevalence of single moms out there that are inevitably just going to flood to social media and say Happy Father's Day to all the mothers that are being a mother and a father because dads are such deadbeats. And it's true. There's plenty of deadbeat dads. You'll never find me saying there's no such thing because I know lots of them. However, there's plenty of good dads too. And sometimes there's good dads and shitty mothers out there that do dastardly things just to get back at their ex. And they like to flood to social media and declare what wonderful moms they are because they're doing both the mom and the dad part. And for the new people here that maybe have heard of this Caleb Everett guy, he's real critical of women. He's a misogynist, he's a racist, and he's a this and he's that. No, absolutely not. I criticize behavior. And behavior comes in all shapes and sizes. And would you look at this? This is my front porch. How about that? There's Cloud Peak. Right? Not that first one, but that one right there. Believe it or not, that one's further away and it's higher than that one. Still snow covered. And it was sunny here. It was beautiful. Well, I mean, it's beautiful now still. I know you can't tell, but all that green stuff down there, there's loads of flowers. Like loads of flowers. Yeah, I can't tell because they're so tiny. So yeah, and here's my back porch. And there's my swing or my hammock. So anyways, yeah, I just started picking random memes that make me laugh, and that's going to be my thumbnail. Oh, an update. Yesterday, I decided to watch my mouth, and I only cursed like 3 times. I think I've only cursed once so far, and I didn't even mean to. I'm trying not to, because at the moment, this is my only form of income other than my investment, which is another topic I like to talk about. And this is literally like a social experiment for me. I'm getting old. My children are grown. I've had everything stolen from me. I take responsibility ultimately for choosing horribly as a young person, which is why I encourage young people not to get married too early. I'm not saying don't ever get married at all necessarily, although if that's what you want to do, okay. But just know that if you do decide to procreate with somebody when you're young, most people, especially modern times, we're just terrible at picking mates. And when you're young, you're going to do dumb things. And if you start making babies with someone you're not compatible with the current political climate the way it is, more than likely you're going to get divorced like half of all first marriages do, and 70% of all second marriages, and about 80 to 90% of all lesbian marriages, who coincidentally cite DV as their number one reason for incompatibility and asking a judge to grant them a divorce. So yeah, we might want to wait a little bit because, especially men, 10% of the time women get screwed by narcissistic horrible douchebag husbands, but 90% of the time it's the women who win mostly in court, get the kids most of the time, plus get money, get paid to do their job. So anyway, just be careful. That's all I'm saying. I'm not here to be a hater as much as I used to be, although I sometimes sound like it. Again, I don't hate anybody. If I did, it'd only be my kid's mother, but even then, I'm really working on that. I just simply kind of like Bill Hicks, that he's labeled as a stand-up comedian and a social critic, as is basically George Carlin. Rest in peace, both these men. I don't know that I'm not a stand-up comedian, but some people say I am funny. Um, but I am a social critic. It's a lot easier to be a social critic once you're completely sober. So anyway, what's the weather like where y'all are at? I'm going to start back at the beginning. Oh, it's Friday. No wonder it's low today. So God made a farmer, wishing I was in Leadville, Colorado, though. Okay. I guess I missed where you said you were the first time. Name here WWW. I don't know what that means. Alicia House MD, I love that show. Yep, Alicia House MD is my go-to all-time favorite TV show. There's 8 seasons full of between 18 and 23 or 25 hour-long episodes per. And Hugh Laurie is, in my opinion, probably one of the greatest actors that of my lifetime. It's hard to say who really is the best because a lot of them are such douchebags and they fell for C-19 and sold their souls and for money, for shekels, in order to get money, in order to deceive everybody. But I don't know if Hugh Laurie did or not. I have no idea. Maybe did, maybe did. But if he did, I'd rather not know because the man is an absolute genius. And I've read that he suffers from severe depression, which is rather amazing to me. At one point between 2004 and 2012, when House MD was on air, he was the most highly paid TV actor in the world at the time. I don't remember, like 1 million or 2 million an episode or something crazy. So you add up 8 seasons times average 20, 160, 80 different episodes. That's 180 million, $200 million. That's a lot of kizash. Daddy's little girl, do you live there? I do. I do now. I absolutely do, Daddy's little girl. Again, it was semi voluntary, semi involuntary. The fact that I'm homeless now, technically I own the tiny house that Blaine's in, but I ain't ever going back, so I might as well not own it. And I could either go get a slave job and continue paying the man and have uh, probably 60 to 70% of my income taken in taxes slash back child support from the extortionists in the family court back in Texas. And whatever have left, just barely have some indoor plumbing and a cushy bed, which is really the only two things that I miss. I only miss indoor plumbing and my cushy bed. Other than that, I don't really miss much. Like I said, this is my living room. I'll turn y'all around. Like I'm sitting in here in my hammock, and this is my living room. You like my skylights? They're kind of pretty, I think. I've talked about this before, and you can't tell it from here, but just static like this, just sitting still, none of these trees touch. I've watched them, I've shaken them because my hammock is, oops, my hammock is tied to one and I can bounce it around, I can move it. And I can see all the branches on this tree move and it never touches any of the other branches, which is kind of amazing to me. You want to know another little tidbit about trees? I looked up the other day on the internets. Did you know that all wood, regardless of species, is made up of approximately, not exactly, I'm sure it varies a little, approximately 49% carbon? All trees. So the next time you hear Greta, how dare you, get on the television, on the boob tube, and make you feel guilty for taking a breath, just next time you think about it, maybe it's not a good idea to start bulldozing all the trees. I'm not a tree hugger. If you need a tree to cut down to build a cabin like I intend to do, I'm going to cut down lots of trees to build my cabin. But I'm going to be building it myself, or I plan to. But it seems to me, in order to, maybe it'd be a good idea to stop building so many effing shopping malls. Maybe we've got enough shopping malls and parking lots when we just let the trees grow. And if there really is a problem in the atmosphere with too much carbon in the form of CO2, which means one carbon atom and two oxygen atoms, let the trees maybe absorb it and then they give off this thing called oxygen that we like to breathe. And so for me, I thoroughly enjoy breathing the clean air up here from those Rocky Mountains, those snow-covered Cap Mountains. It's just so pretty. There's almost zero unnatural noise. Occasionally, a group of Harley people drive by, but it doesn't last but about 30 seconds. I don't hear it anymore. Ooh, right now, there's a couple of bicyclers. Let's see if I can catch them. Y'all see that? They're far enough away, though, they can't hear me, and I like it that way. Dadgummit. Whoever it was that told me I'm muted, I'm so sorry. I feel silly now. I wonder how long have I been muted. I had some rando text me that has my phone number. Whoever you, I shouldn't have even said that because, uh, yeah. Well, sometimes I answer my texts, but not always. Crud. Pink Kelly said it was hot. Paul Wolf said, "How's it going, brother?" Um, I got to get back to whoever it was that said I'm a grifter and a liar. Who was? Where's it at? I got to make sure. I want to. Dana, don't delete that. Don't delete the. Yeah, Kevin Morrow. Stop lying. Stop lying, brother. You're a grifter. It's an apostrophe. That's it's a called a contraction. It's YOU apostrophe RE. And yes, you could call me a grammar Nazi. And I'm a grifter. So Kevin Morrow, please tell me how I'm Ling, and tell me how I'm a grifter. And 10 points if you can spell liar without looking it up, because you misspelled lying. It's LYING. Numbnuts. Sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. I didn't notice I had it muted. So whoever that was that texted me, thank you for that. Saban Afzal, why do people listen to this guy? You guys have so much time to waste. Oh, got 2 haters. Dana, don't delete the haters. Unless they ask me how my cheerings are doing, don't delete them. Yeah, why do you people listen to this moron, this Caleb Leverett guy? Because apparently he's got as much time to waste as do you. Williams Best YT, yeah, we do. Motuber, you're right. You should run for president. Oh no. No, they'd off me like JFK before I even got inaugurated, even if I won. Why are you? Yeah, why are you here, Suban? Just curious. Terka Willis, we have to wait for host Mo. I'm not sure what that means. Regina's retro reviews. Have you been seeing a lot of birds? I've been hearing a lot of birds. I did have a bird watcher that I ran into on the trail the other day, and I was describing this medium-sized, clever-looking bird. To me, it looked shaped kind of like a crow, or not a crow. Yeah, a crow, but it was colored like an orca. And he pulled up his book and said, "Is this the one?" And it looked like the one. It was some kind of magpie. I didn't know there were magpies around here. I remember hearing the first term I ever heard the term magpie of a bird was in one of my favorite classic movies, which is Anne of Green Gables. Miro Like, I don't know how you say. Hey man, I first saw that one video. I assume the Parker one, the viral one. Yep. I love you and send love to you and your family. Well, thank you very much. Yoel Gomez, hi. English or Spanish? I speak a little bit of Spanish, but not very much. It's not very good. English mostly here. TJ Wade, I can't hear, no sound. Oops. How could you see bicycles? From my vantage point, it's not quite as far as it looks on the camera. Getting through the no sound ones, I'm so sorry. Thank you for letting me know. All right, Saban Afzal, because I got a notification and I just don't get why people listen to other human beings' lives. That's lives, Lives. If they are successful, then listen to them, but this dude is a bum. Uh, Time wasters. Okay, how am I a bum, dude? I survived the family court. Have you? Eagle eyes, yeah. Patricio Perez, bruh. I remember the first time my kids bruhed me. Engel says hi. Nicholas Simonov, haha. Motuber, you must be our sniper. I'm not, my eyesight's not as good as it used to be. Oweef McQuillan, hey from Ireland. I wished I could pronounce your name, and I'm sorry. I'm sure I butchered it, but thanks for tuning in from Ireland. What's the temperature been up there? I know y'all are in Celsius, and I'm decent at translating Fahrenheit to Celsius. Danatera, LOL, it's me that text you. Okay, that's your new number. Thanks, Danon. I can see it's you. I just never bothered to put it in there. But thanks. If I click on it and I see that we've been talking, so anyway, thanks. Pink Kelly, trolls can't even troll right. Yeah, come on, trolls. Y'all can do better than that. Calling me a grifter. Show us some proof. Better yet, to this very day, all the trolls that try to troll me over the years, I've only had one have the balls to actually come on, and he later recanted and whined to me about taking it down because people are giving him shit because I wiped the floor with him. But not one of you little Twinkies will bother ever putting a video together and show your face and show your name and give your audience some credibility as why the world should listen to you. I'm on why I am a liar or a grifter or whatever y'all say I am. Maxwell Zott, I think, if I said it. No, Machiavelli. I'm sorry. See, I'm not quite as I can see far. I just can't see very close. I'm gonna have to get glasses. Glasses. You're legendary. Well, thanks. I do. Motuber, here it's 42 degrees. You must be up in the mountains somewhere or way, way up north. Looks beautiful where you're at. Is it hot? Nope. Nope, not. That's why, it's exactly why I'm here, is because it's not hot. Uh, I'm just going to call you McQuillan, man. You done a good job at the first one is like Aoife. Okay, Aoife McQuillan. It's about 12 degrees here right now. That would put you about, my math is right, about what, 50? 45, 50 degrees Fahrenheit? I'm not great at conversion, but I'm so. Williams Best YT. Every time I listen to his lives, I want to leave Texas more and more. Yeah, I have that effect because I point out the fact that just because everything's bigger in Texas, that may be true, but that includes its problems. Saban Afzail, millions have survived family court. Nothing new. Kind of hypocritical of me to be calling y'all time wasters while wasting time on this myself. Sorta, but yeah, millions have survived it. But are you defending the family court saying it was justified? How did they survive it? Are they knee deep in debt? Did they abandon their children, or their new girlfriends or wives to survive it? Uh, come on, do better than that, man. Rexid or Rit, I don't know how to say that. Um, what, I'm just going to call it Rex YT. I don't understand why people hate on others, especially when they don't actually know them. They're just trolls. Um, my guess is they're either jealous or they don't have any kind of life themselves, or they've got really severe problems and they're projecting. It's usually the case. Saban Afzal, back to sales training. If you guys spent the time learning your profession, you would be successful too, rather than wasting time on stuff that don't matter, that doesn't matter. Yeah, get back to being a salesman, and if you fail at that, go be a safety man, because the running joke is salesmen and safety men are just people that couldn't cut it in the real world as far as physical labor. Hey, see, I can shit talk too. Saban, I have a life unlike you. The same with Caleb. Thank you. Get a grip. Alondra Hernandez, how are all your kids doing? They're great. They're grown, and I just don't talk about them, their personal lives, but they're okay. Machiavelli Zott, hey Caleb, what you think about the simps that married to single moms? In the old days, there was a time when I could see it be honorable to do so. However, now that we've had about 3 generations of people being raised by single mothers, who have deliberately kicked their children's fathers out of the house, you've got a bunch of boys that are full of testosterone that don't know what to do with it because they've not been around a positive male role model. And this isn't shit talking mothers. All the all the good moms that understand this. I'm not making them angry at all. I've got lots of female mother friends who know exactly what I'm talking about. But when you the dangers of marrying a single mom these days is just the mere fact that half of all marriages end in divorce, and if you're marrying a single mom, that would be the second marriage for her, and 70% of those end in divorce. And what happens, unfortunately, is as a man, you may enter that relationship with the best of intentions, wanting to help raise that child, which is an honorable thing, especially if the child's dad's just a piece of crap and abused them or whatever and abandoned them. It is an honorable thing, but the terrible part is there's a 70% chance y'all aren't going to make it. And if she kicks you out and y'all break it up, doesn't matter how much you love the child that isn't yours, but you've been raising, how much money you spent on the child. If she says, screw you, stay away from us, you're screwed, man. And then not only do you get wrecked, but it really messes with the child's mind. They had a dad when they're little and dad's gone. Maybe dad was a douche. Maybe mom kicked him out because she's being a douche. And then she brings in another one. Then the child gets latched onto that one. And then all of a sudden they break up and mom kicks them out. And so now the child, that's the second, and so in the child's mind, all growing up, men just come in and they leave. They come in and they leave. They're not dependable. And if it's a boy that's experiencing that, maybe that's what he equates to being a man. You just rotate in and out and find used moms. Used moms. Uh-oh. I think I hear rain coming. I don't know if that's rain or if that's wind. Oh no, it's the poplar trees. I don't know if I can zoom in. Yeah, I can. Can y'all see those the poplar leaves when the wind blows? They twinkle like stars. And sometime when it happens, I can't tell the difference if it's the wind blowing them or if it's the rain coming from a distance. And my only shelter is right up there, and I may have to cut this short and get up there. I'll just have to see. So that's why I don't recommend marrying single moms. Again, once upon a time, it might have been an honorable thing to do. It's just, in my opinion, it's not worth the risk. Where was I? Not meaning that Caleb is bad, by the way. I've lost my. There it was. Would you rather the F-22 Raptor, the F-14 Tomcat? Well, I'm not a pilot, but I guess I did like Top Gun, so probably the F-14 Tomcat. Williams Best. There's going to be a whole war in the comments of this live with the haters. That's okay. They don't bother me. I got really thick skin. Thailand family, happy late birthday. Oh, I guess to Blaney Boo. Lisa Werner, you often talk about how your dad hit you and when you were a kid, and your mom is a wonderful person who made your life better. Yes. That being said, do you think you would have ended up better with only her? That is a very good question. And the answer is no. I've had my complaints with my dad. It's no big secret we didn't speak for 5 years. Come to find out, there was a misunderstanding. I've never really gone public with that, and I don't see any reason to. The takeaway from this is no. I'm glad my parents stayed together. I'm glad my father, though he has his faults, he has been very good to my mom ultimately. Again, there are some things that I just didn't realize, and that was my mom protecting me the best she could. But no, I've thought about this a lot. And again, Lisa, this is a good question. Thank you for this. Of my father's faults, and I fully anticipate when I'm dead and gone, my kids are gonna. I hope they feel confident enough to talk about my own faults, and I'm not gonna list my dad's faults. I don't think it's constructive, even though obviously he had some, just like everybody does. But he has some very, very good qualities about him. He is an extremely hard worker. He's an extremely self-sufficient, doesn't believe in welfare and making his neighbors pay for everything that he wants. He taught me how to make a living the best he knew how. He was a field mechanic. My grandpa, his father, was a field mechanic. He taught, and I don't recommend people go into that, especially the way things have changed, but he did the absolute best he could when teaching me the value of hard labor and stick to it. Very few people in this world, and I know I'm obviously biased, but very few people in this world have the stick to itness as my dad does. And for that, I will always be thankful. So maybe when it comes down to it, he wasn't the greatest father to me. And as far as the attention I would have liked to have had from him, but he does, when he sets his mind to something, he sticks to it. And maybe that's why I stuck with, after I already made a bad choice and procreating with a woman I wasn't compatible with. Maybe that's where I get it, as far as I decided to bring these little shits into the world, and I'm going to make sure that they get some of my influence in there. So thank you, Lisa. William's best. He's got a storm brewing behind him. He's going to sleep like a sack of bricks in that tent with the rain. Yep, I did. Last night, again, I didn't go to bed till a little after, I went to bed like 9. I always go in right before dark because the skaters come out and they're just atrocious. But in my cheap little $120 tent, they can't beat it and they can't get in there. Watched that one disappointing episode of season 4 of The Boys, and I tried to go to sleep and I just kind of tossed and turned. But man, once I did go to sleep, whew, I slept like a rock. La Kim, hey Caleb, just saying hello. Well, hey, yeah. Oh, sorry, it always throws me off. Dr. Peabody, thunder doesn't seem to stop over there. Okay, yeah, over there. No, it is gorgeous. In fact, I love it. I haven't had my glorious nap today, so when I get done here, I may just kick back and have a glorious nap in this cool weather. It is getting a little chilly. Saab JCO1, will you meet Vladimir Lenin? No. Pink Kelly, Dr. P, party there. I'm not the only grammar Nazi. Rex YT, I'm going to keep my phone on charge all night, stay up on this live, and have my earphones in. All right, well, good, sweet dreams. Caleb is not into goofy stuff. Well, sorta. I am goofier than a sack full of assholes myself, so, Parker's not 14 years old. Parker's 25 years old. All right, kids. Well, it's getting a little breezy here, and it's Friday, so there's not quite as many people here. And I guess I'm going to cut this short. And tomorrow's Saturday, and then Sunday is Father's Day, and I'll probably have some good jokes out for that. So just keep in mind and remember, when I criticize, it's not me being an ist or ist. It's any kind of ist, ageist, sexist, any of that. It's I criticize behavior. So anyway, y'all take care. I'm going to go get in and out of this rain. I can see the rain coming. So anyway, take care. Bye. Consider not hitting your cheering. Bye.